Hi, I'm Erik Estrada, and this is Divine Renovation.
This is Divine Renovation Destination New England, where we identify families or facilities in need of home enhancements to improve their lives that must be completed in a very short amount of time. Divine Renovation brings together caring neighbors, not-for-profits, and businesses to show that people still really do care. Ed and Ed Mumm are the head of a loving family in northwestern Connecticut. Ed, now a police officer, was once on active duty in the military.
My name is Ed Mumm. I joined into the Army after high school, and I joined up with the 82nd Airborne Division, and I deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan.
My name's Ed Mumm, and I am a nurse.
I got married with my wife here, Erica, and was trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. And one day I saw an ad in the newspaper to become a police officer, and I responded, and here we are.
Chief Baldwin, tell me about the Mumm family.
Well, Ed has worked for the Torrington Police Department for a number of years now, and he's one of my detectives, and he works in the Detective Bureau, deals with evidence. He handles a lot of the, he assists in a lot of the criminal investigations that we do. When Divine Renovation came to me and asked if there was anybody that I could think of as far as who could be helped as a result of this, I immediately thought of Ed. Members of my department have done several different fundraisers for him over the course of the years to help with the circumstances here at home. Ed doesn't have the opportunity to work as much overtime as the other officers do because he's spending a lot of time here. So this helps him significantly. I think Divine Renovation has been a huge blessing to Ed and his family.
Erik Estrada. Hello. How are you? Hello.
Erik arrived to meet Ed and Erica and the entire Mumm family. The couple were delighted to greet him at their door.
Come on in. All right. Nice. Erica, Ed, thank you for having Divine Renovation come into your home.
We're super excited that you're here. We're so grateful. We're getting sort of the insight as to what life is like on the big screen. But on the flip side, maybe you're getting a chance to see, you know, what life is like for us with Christian, because there are so many challenges that come with a child like Christian, just logistically, right? Just basic challenges. And it's one of those things that we work around and we try our best, but to have that little something is just a relief.
Ed and Erica have 5 beautiful kids. They expected twins during their last pregnancy. Christian was born with a rare genetic disease and requires constant care.
Christian has Odahara syndrome, which is a syndrome that causes multiple complexities with both cognitive delay, developmental delay, physical impairment. I honestly had no expectations in regards to what our family would look like at all, to be quite honest. So no, I did not expect to have this large of a family. We went in on a Monday for a scheduled C-section, and you know, within seconds the doctors did their thing, and Connor was born first, and Christian was stuck up under my rib cage. So it took a little bit more effort for them to get him out. And when they delivered him, he definitely was not crying. That I did pick up on. I looked at him and I said to Ed, something is not right.
My name is Leslie Bennett. Currently, I am the volunteer state ambassador for the National Organization of Rare Diseases Connecticut Rare Action Network. Ohtahara syndrome is one of the rare epilepsies. There's a group of rare epilepsies that are not really well defined. With Ohtahara syndrome, it can be caused by a brain malformation, it can be caused by a genetic variation, or it can be caused by a metabolic disorder in which the patient is not able to metabolize food like we would normally do, and that causes toxic buildup, and we'll see seizures. Ohtahara syndrome, children can have lots and lots of seizures per day. They can show up very, very early. I think in the case of Christian, they showed up while he was in the hospital, usually within the first 3 months of life. And the children are severely disabled. A lot of times they cannot walk or talk. And then intellectually, they also, it's progressive, so it's difficult for everybody to manage with that. And the parents end up being caretakers.
I couldn't see my life without Christian now. I really couldn't. Christian has brought me so much more understanding of what life is. I feel absolutely blessed to have Christian in my life, and just has brought me a sense of compassion that I've never truly understood what compassion is in that level of knowing what other people could potentially be going through, or having a child with special needs, or having someone else. So I'm very blessed to have him.
Retired police officer Kevin Tiemann.
I worked at the Torrington Police Department from 1998 until just January of 23, and I was a detective in our Detective Bureau in charge of youth investigations. I looked up to Ed in a sense that with everything that was going on in his life, he still has to come to the police department and work. And the police department job is not easy. And it's a tough environment to work in. And every day he had to come in with a smile on his face. And no matter what would happen at home, to have 5 kids total and a special needs child, to then come into the police department every day and have to smile at everybody, that was difficult. And I watched him do that. And there were days that he didn't smile, but then we would talk for a while and we'd get through it and we'd move on. And so we relied on each other to get through the days.
To accommodate Christian's challenges, adaptations in the house are sorely needed, and that's where Divine Renovation handyman Brian Bielefeld steps in.
We're here today to work on the bathroom for the Mumm family. Currently the bathroom is a little bit congested. Their son is growing and he's getting bigger, and they need a little bit more space to be able to maintain hygiene appropriately and create a little bit better way of life for their son and their family. We're going to be decreasing the size of the vanity, installing a smaller vanity, removing their current standard bathtub and installing a stand-up shower with handheld to make it easier to shower their son.
Rare disease in the United States is defined by federal law, the Orphan Drug Act. It's defined as any disease that affects less than 200,000 patients nationwide. If you have a child with a disability, it's hard enough. It's devastating, but to have a child with a rare disease, it's just unimaginable. You don't know where to turn, you don't know who to get help from, and there's very few who can help. It's getting better. We have 3 medical schools here in the state. Erica's working at one of them, who are becoming more aware of rare diseases.
Christian is a rare disease warrior. Every day he smiles and puts truly his best foot forward with what he is given for his abilities. And sometimes the best of us don't do that, right? But he does that every single day.
My name is Erik, and I am a nurse. I've seen before and I've heard before that working with children with special needs inspires a special kind of love. And I feel like working with Christian, aside from all of the, giving him meds and doing all the caretaking, I really did get to learn and love this child, almost like he was my own. It was amazing working with him.
Coming in the morning time and seeing this guy wake up is like seeing an angel. It really is. He stretches, and it's the most heavenly thing you would ever see. I really believe that. And it's those little small things and how he communicates in that stretch, and then he'll have a little smile at the end, and then he'll kind of blink his eyes and say, okay, I said good morning and now I'm gonna go back to bed. You know, to come in and say, hey, the lights are gonna go off, Christian. You know, we do our countdown to give him a warning. You know, he'll usually will verbalize outward before the lights go off. And you know, that's a connection that we've made.
And his vision impairment is called cortical visual impairment. And what it means is that his eyes can take in the image, but his brain doesn't process the image. And so what ends up happening is that he will react to changes in light. And he gets so excited when he goes outside, for instance, and he sees the sunlight filtering through the trees. He gets so excited. He's had a fun time with the camera crew here and getting so excited when the lights turn on. But he can't process us as individuals to see our shape or what we look like. And when we try to think about what it must be like for Christian to go through that, you know, we are extra aware of how we move about the house, sounds that he might hear, but he doesn't understand what they are or where they're coming from. So it just allows us to kind of take a step back and say, gosh, all the things that we might take for granted from our senses, you know, and how hard he has to work every day just to take in the basics of, you know, happiness of everyday life.
I think my favorite time of day with him is at night when all of the other kids, you know, are in bed and it's just quiet, and I'm working on giving him his medication, and it's just like our time. It's peaceful, there's no interruptions, and you can tell he's just, you know, happy to be here.
One of the greatest gifts that I have as a father, knowing that I can talk to my son and let him know what my accomplishments were and what my failures were, and not be judged. And I would never throw that away. It's completely been one of probably the most remarkable 7 years of my life, to be able to have the simplicity and the closure and the connection to him and let him know me as a father in my rarest form, which I think is hard for guys in general, but to be able to let him see who I am without knowing that I have to be strong or don't cry or whatever it might be.
In addition to the modifications in Christian's bathroom, one of the biggest needs that the family has is an extensive ramp to get Christian in and out of the house easily. Divine Renovation knew this would be life-changing for the Mumms, so we brought in a company that manufactures and installs ramps.
My name's John McDonald. I'm the owner of 101 Mobility of Connecticut. As you can see, the front door of this house is quite elevated from the sidewalk. And the ADA code requires a safe slope when you're going to ramp a situation like this. So this door is quite high, there's quite a bit of ramp, but we've used basically a U-turn design to get someone from the front door on an acceptable slope down, executing a U-turn on these two platforms together, and then coming back down to join the sidewalk.
You good?
Christian totally approved that you do that.
All right.
Let's meet the other Mumm children who really enjoy spending time together.
Trevor is probably the perfect image of me, and he's very soft-spoken at times, but yet gets his point across. And he's growing up to be a very young, mature young man. And some of the best qualities about him is his integrity. He always knows what to do, what's right, what's wrong.
Michaela, she's 15, and she has truly a heart of gold. She is so caring. She reaches out to anyone who might need a smile. anybody who might need just a caring gesture throughout the day. She takes amazing care of her brothers. She just has the strength from her soul to be the better person despite any challenges that come her way.
Nathan is our fun-spirited. He's a combination of, I think, Michaela and Trevor, combination of us, really. He's always looking out for, even for us, like if we're going through a hard time, he's always looking out for us to see what he can do to help.
Connor is 7 years old and Christian's twin.
Daddy, he reads me some stories, and Mommy plays sports with me.
In addition to the ramp and the accessible bathroom, Divine Renovation put together a special fundraising dinner to help the moms with enormous medical expenses incurred. Earlier in the day, Erik crept away to help prepare the meal with volunteers at St. John Paul the Great Church.
Esatto, Parmigiana, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Members of the community, along with the local police force, arrived to honor and support the Mumm family. Erik was incredibly happy to meet the men and women in blue because of his special connection to law enforcement.
About 14 and a half years ago, I said, man, I wonder if I still got the passion as a kid that I wanted to be a cop. Do I still have that in me? So I went to Muncie, Indiana, and they put me through a course. They took me in, and they made me a reserve. And I stayed with them for 3 years. So then I got involved with the Sheriff's Department in Bedford County, Virginia. And I spent 8 years with that department. They took me on. I work ICAC, Internet Crimes Against Children. The bad guys on the internet, that's what I do. And I've been doing that now 8 years in Bedford County, now I'm in Frederick County. So this is why I want you to know, I'm your brother, and you're my brothers, and you're my sisters. I love cops, that's why I'm one. And thank you for being here.
And I'd personally like to thank Chief Baldwin for putting my name out there to Divine Renovation and the community and everybody just kind of getting involved and helping out my family and my 5 kids and my beautiful wife, Erica. And as you can see, I do have a disabled son, and we try to make the best of it, and really having the community and everybody's support. I can't stand here and be the man that I am with this beautiful family without each and every one of you.
Heavenly Father, your word in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3 says, "Come to me with all your plans and I will bless and approve them." May this event remind us that our well-being is tied to the well-being of others. May we gain nourishment in mind and body, and also give us the grace to be mindful of those who do not have.
We're so grateful. My back is very excited to be able to put Christian in his wheelchair and wheel him in and out of the house versus carrying him.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and you guys have been wonderful, and the things that you've done and the enhancements that you guys have done are really just a complete game changer.
Divine Renovation was thrilled to be able to provide such a necessary structure for the mums. But we're not done yet. There are more surprises in store for Ed and Erika Mumm, as well as a special trip for the Mumm children. That's all coming up on the next episode of Divine Renovation, Destination New England.